Nice right hand, and now Yard is hurt. Artur Beterbiev puts him on the canvas. How will he deal with the onslaught from the beast?
All right. Mic check. Video. It's early in 2023. We already have a Fight of the Year candidate. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more on this edition of One Round with George. Now, here's a little something about me. Ever since I was a kid and saw Sugar Ray Leonard fight, I've loved boxing. I was at HBO for 15 years as a feature producer, won a few sports Emmys. Not bad. I got to travel the world and tell the great stories of these fighters.
Maybe something of a rooting interest in Alexander among the entire HBO Sports crew here, because Alexander's manager is former HBO Sports producer George Foreman.
I've managed a fighter, I've worked a fighter's corner, being as close to the action as you can get. My life is revolved around boxing. January 28th, boxing's first great fight of the year. Artur Beterbiev defended his light heavyweight belts against Anthony Yarde in the UK. This was a great fight. Both men were cut. Yarde never stopped trying, but Beterbiev is just too tough and too good. The end came quickly in the 8th round, and he knocked Yarde out. Beterbiev is 38 years old, his age starting to show. Again, he was cut, he took some shots, but he moves on. 19 wins, 19 knockouts. The only fight to make it 175 is Beterviev versus Bival. Boxing often does the wrong thing. Hopefully they do the right thing and they make this fight. By the way, that card on the 28th, I think it ended about 5 minutes ago. Wake up! You had a guy that fell down in 23 seconds after getting punched on his gloves. You had Jake Paul and Tommy Fury in the ring promoting their upcoming fight. And then you had a guy with a record of 7 wins, 96 losses, and 1 draw in a fight. This guy's record is so bad, the ring announcer didn't announce his record. He was announced as a veteran of 104 fights. Spoiler alert, the guy with 96 fights lost. This was a televised fight. These are not the kind of fights that boxing fans deserve. Now, 3 days before, on PROBOX TV, you got the exact opposite. A couple of young, up-and-coming fighters in a competitive fight. In the main event, Cesar Francis, an unbeaten 140-pounder, took on the once-beaten Jesus Sriracha, and Sriracha walked away with a close win. I know these are the type of fights I want to see. Competitive fights where you don't know who's going to win. That's what I like, and that's what fight fans deserve. February 4th at the Hulu Theater in New York City, you got 2 of the best fighters in the game fighting. The legend Amanda Serrano looks to become undisputed at 126 pounds when she takes on Cruz. And then Alicia Baumgardner looks to become undisputed at 130 pounds. Sure, I would love to see Serrano fight Katie Taylor in a rematch, but how about Amanda Serrano against Alicia Baumgardner? Now that's a fight. Recently there was an article saying that Showtime's run in boxing could be over. They've still got fights going on, they've still got pay-per-views coming up. I was at HBO Sports when they destroyed something special. Let's hope they don't do the same at Showtime. As you can see all around me, I'm surrounded by boxing history, so you know I'd love to talk about it. January 30th, 1982, 41 years ago, Wilfred Benitez, one of the greatest fighters to ever step in the ring, defended his junior middleweight title against another legend, Roberto Duran. On this night, Benitez was too slick and too good for Duran. He won a unanimous decision. Benitez is very much a forgotten fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. He won belts in 3 different divisions. I'll never forget watching him as a kid. February 2nd, 2002, 21 years ago, there was a big doubleheader with 2 legends on HBO Sports. Bernard Hopkins defended his middleweight belt with an easy victory over Carl Daniels, and Roy Jones defended his light heavyweight belt with one of the greatest knockouts of his career over Glenn Kelly.
Because of the style of the opponent or whatever.
Shane Mosley learned that last Saturday night. Once again, 3rd knockdown of the night.
Who never saw it.
One of the things I remember most about this night was the post-fight interview they did with Hopkins and Jones about a potential rematch later that year.
You want to try me for my title? Who I am? You want to try me for my title?
Right.
60-40, you get your ass kicked. 60-40, you get your ass tore up. 60-40, you get your ass kicked. 60-40, I kick your ass. 60-40. Well, I kick your ass. 60-40, I kick your ass.
And finally, I just saw a movie trailer for the upcoming movie called Big George Foreman, based on the life of the legendary former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world.
It is my destiny to win the heavyweight championship belt again.
The The movie comes out April 28th. I can't wait. It's funny, but in March you've got Creed 3 coming out. In April, you've got a movie coming out about George Foreman, and people say boxing is dead. There's the bell. This round is over. I will see you on the next edition of One Round with George. That exhilarating one round with me is over. Now you can go to my YouTube page. You can like the content, you can subscribe to the page, and there is more coming soon.